Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the daytime card stream. It's a beautiful day outside. I got the windows open, and we are pricing up Pokemon cards. Turn this music down a little bit. So, we have gone through a lot of slabs in the last month. You know, it really slowed down in November. And then I'd say in January, it's really kind of picked up a little bit. And February's been pretty crazy too. So we have busted through a whole case of slabs. And so now I'm reaching into deeper sections of my inventory to get more stuff up on the table. Let's see what we got up here. Ruben says, I want a free one. Yeah, we got some cards that would be pretty good for giveaway. I like these little sticker cards. These are fun. They're not terribly expensive. Here's the deal about giveaways. If I did a giveaway every day and it was a good card, I mean, that could be hundreds of dollars at the end of the month. We could do little cheap cards every single day. So I can lose $20 a day, which, by the way, that's like $600 a month. But I can't really afford to lose $100 cards every day. So special giveaways of really valuable stuff, that really has to be saved for when we hit 60,000 subscribers. By the way, if you guys didn't know that, when we hit 60K subs, we are going to have a really large giveaway. So please consider subscribing. It's my way of showing my appreciation for that, you know. Excuse me. All right, already coughing. Wow, I was coughing real bad last night. Here we go. Let's put this over here. I have a suspicion this room could be moldy. It's an old house from 1979. Let's get some prices up here. So this is a 9.5 Yuffie from Opus 1. What I probably should do with this is list it on eBay for a reasonable price, and I would probably get a higher return for it on eBay. But I'm not going to really put a lot of energy into that, you know, time is money kind of thing. So we just kind of want to get rid of Yuffie here. That is an Opus 1 Hollow Yuffie for 24 bucks, graded 9.5. That's cheaper than this non-hollow Booby Girl, but this is actually a really expensive set. So that's a good price. Oh, wow. Here's a 9.5 Silver Foil Bulbasaur from Series 1. I almost said Opus 1. Top Series 1. I don't really know what to price this at. Let's get a price on him. We are pricing up slabs today. If you see a good one, snatch it. So we're going to say PSA, Bulbasaur, tops. Let's see what kind of prices we come up with. I've currently got a submission out with PSA and CGC, so we're waiting for those to come back. All right, so this should be around 228. We're going to make it 190 because it's CGC. I hate that I don't get the notifications. Don't you? Did you ring the bell? There we go. Came here to flex my TCC ball. Very nice, man. We need to have something higher than a TCC ball. Now here is a beautiful CGC 8. Looks like trouble. That's a rainbow rare. Remember, those rainbow cards are more valuable. But it's very cute. It's got Pikachu and Cubone on it. I have no clue what it's worth. Oh, that's Raichu. They're looking pretty happy, huh? Sorry, I've not been on in a while. Life has been busy. I'm glad to watch the stream today. How's it going, man? Do you do a giveaway with the slab that's like $10 so you don't have to give away much? Yeah, we could do giveaways of $10 pretty frequently. You know, if I was doing like a $100 card giveaway every day, what is that, like times 30, right? That's a lot. That's like 3,000, isn't it? We are. Look at my nails messing up on this finger. What's that all about? Okay. Me. Do them like once a week, says Prankster. Well, it's more like we'll have a big giveaway when we hit 60,000 subscribers. Mr. only gives them the nighttime. Come back later. That's not true. There you are. There's a CGC 9.5 Bulbasaur for $85. Okay, let me look that up. Yeah, that's pretty cheap. I wonder why it's so cheap. You know, it's interesting because a booster pack of a card that can grade Gem Mint, I value that at almost $100 by itself anyways. And then to have it already graded, you know, grading costs about $15 plus shipping. But then also, it's so unlikely to actually grade 9.5. All right, so I'm going to stick with 190. The other card's gone. Here's Peacemaker Pikachu. All right. Do you like Beckett grading? I'm grading with them for the first time. They're all right. All right. Here we are. Can I buy with Cash App? I'm afraid not. Peacemaker Pikachu. Wow. A nice card. 65. Ooh. Oh, we got a wick for sale, huh? Lovely wick from Burning Shadows. We need poker slabs. Yeah, I should be getting that from Beckett eventually. I'm a little worried they're going to ship it to my old address. So, wick Burning Shadows. All right. I feel that 190 for that Bulbasaur actually is the correct price, based on how difficult it is to actually pull a good card out of a Topps pack. So Wick has been holding her price really well at about $400. Are you aware of any Charmeleons you sent out? No, I don't keep track of like which particular Pokemon. Ooh, nice. So we got a really lovely card here. Here's a Topps Chrome Alakazam. Here we are, Chrome Alakazam. So lovely. Is it possible to weigh modern Pokemon packs? Okay, there's Chrome Alakazam. Let's see how Chrome Alakazam's doing these days. He's a lovely card. The top series Chrome cards have really gained a lot more visibility. I think people are more aware of them than they used to be. You know, it's interesting. I wonder, nobody really bothered grading them with CGC. I wonder if you could cross grade them for potential like perfect 10s, you know, because I can tell you if PSA handed a 10 out to this, it's got really sharp corners. So these are potential regrades if you guys never thought of that. All right, so we're going to go with $220 on this. I'm here, says Mike Side. Oh, wow. A pristine Nidoking. Look at that. Now, I gave it a made-up price of $750. Let me go take a look. I just made that up one day. Let's go get a better look at the Nidoking. So there's a difference between Chrome and base set. I think that 750 is much too high. I think that what happened was I was looking at it going, man, I don't even want to sell it. I just want to hold it. So this might be a hold for me. Throw that old sleeve away. Get it in a nice, beautiful, fresh sleeve. Place this guy to the side and I'll add him to my collection. That's awesome. These are a lot more rare than you think they are. Okay. Ah, the 4 points Charizard. Just finished selling one of those. I actually happen to have more than one. What does an Alt Art Machamp V go for in PSA 910? Oh, I don't know. Here we are. So we're going to go with a little bit of a lower price than before. Here we are. Now, it says 4 points because it looks like this on the back. This is the Wave 1 print wave of this Charizard. So that's like first edition. Pikachu Zekrom. Pikachu Zekrom might be a hold. What's his number? 184? Oh, nice. He's kind of moving up in price a little bit. He's going to be held for a little while longer. He'll be for sale one day. Ooh, what's this? Oh, wow. Love these old vintage cards. Zapdos base set. Okay, give me a minute. So I can offer this guy for sale, but I'm not rushing to give him up. What's up, David Demore? Look at that whole eBay authentication crap. I mean, it's pretty, I guess. You can actually see there's a slight warp to the card. You guys see that? But they don't care about that. That's what I was telling you guys. I was telling you PSA does not care about slight warps, because slight warps seem to occur pretty naturally on the card. Any foil card eventually warps. And when it goes into the holder, it doesn't, you can't even tell anymore. It just looks flat because the holder makes it flat. Checking before work a little. Is there any word on the last PSA shipment? No, we're still waiting on it. I'm sorry. It's going to be $450. Here we are. So we're going to leave it there. Yes, do not worry. It is with PSA. Everything is fine with that order. They need to release it. There was still the Yu-Gi-Oh problem. I regret not just telling them, yeah, go ahead and send it back now, because ever since I argued with them over the return value of the card, they have just locked that thing up. And so everyone in that shipment's just sitting around waiting for it. Got any games on your phone? Here we are. Here's Sandslash. Sandslash. I guess PSA is so busy they don't answer emails for like a week or two later. That's pretty bad, huh? They take their sweet time. Valentine's Day is Simp Day. Now I feel bad. I made a big deal about it. Yeah, well, I fought the lady over, you know, how much she was going to give me for the card, and then I guess she put it on like a hold or something. That's what it says. And it's like you can't get an answer out of them. You can't get them to talk to you or do anything. Oops. Ooh, new slabs, says Brandon. Ooh, new slabs. Now, I believe this Alakazam's not for sale. He will be cross-graded with CGC for a potential higher grade than 6. So I'll be right back. Let me go put that away. CGC has a different standard for the mid-grades, right? So you can up the grade on some of your most valuable cards, and one number difference can make a big difference. Rainbow Ash Ketchum. Beautiful, man. That's Ash Ketchum Pikachu. I'm so happy, mister, that my cards are on my way back from PSA from January 2021. Oh. Okay, here we go. I'll do 120 on this Rainbow Pikachu and Ash. Beautiful card. That's from Series 1. This is a pristine Sneaker Bunko girl. Apparently, those are her boobs. I thought it was her knees. Is that accurate? I can't tell. Yeah, I got no clue. Master-slave contract with Mio. I've got the signature of this character from the same set, and I haven't sold it, but it's on my mind. Selling it is on my mind. Has to be her knees. Yeah, actually, to me, it does look more like her knees, doesn't it? Here it is. It's this girl right here. She's got such gigantic boobs that you could almost confuse it with their boobs. Oh, right, but I do want to put this girl up for sale. There it is. She getting drilled in the fetal position? Probably not. Why do her knees have pepperonis on them? So we're doing a lower price on this because it didn't sell the first time. That's how it works. Okay. We have a Tentacruel, a Venomoth. So I think with these slabs, I'm just going to hold them probably. Look how brilliant that looks. Man, that's nice. Oh, man. It looks crazy good. Doesn't cost me anything to just hold on to them. And I think they're underappreciated, to be honest. True niche market, I suppose. I really like the Topps cards. I think what I enjoy so much about them is how difficult they are to pull 10. I really like that. And so these aren't just 10s, these are pristine 10s from CGC. Look at that. Oh, man. Feels like something real valuable. It's sitting in my hand. I think that's about right. Isn't that what we were doing on this card anyway? So about $80. Nice. So the Oda Komiodo. What? Okay, over here we have another thick wick. As you guys know, I don't collect girl cards. Did Mr. show his feet yet? For a fee, I'll show my feet. You think I work for free? Hey guys, hit that like button. We're at 26 likes and 140 viewers. We gotta get those rookie numbers up. Is Pristine 10 better than Gem Mint 10? Yeah, definitely. Here's Iris Request, because there are PSA 10s that really should not be 10s. It's like playing video games. Oh my god, dude. Okay, here is a really lovely card. This is the Topps checklist from Series 2. It features Brock, Misty, and Pikachu and Ash. Very cute, but it only graded 8. Some of the Silver Tempest cards I got from you got CGC 10 with misaligned texture. Oh, cool, man. That's really neat. The Chase for Pikachu. You guys recognize this card. That comes out of Pokemon first movie. What happened was I made a video, I think I made a video, where I opened a whole box of this for myself and sent the whole thing off. But you can see how hard it is to get a 10. Look, all mine came back 8. They're really hard to get 10s on. Ooh, Parasect. That's probably not going to be very pricey. All right, Parasect 9.5 is a Gem Mint grade with CGC. Believe it or not, it's just going to be 80 bucks. But that's because Parasect's not the most popular character. Mime from Opus 1. Very cool. Like I said, I should probably list these on eBay to get the best price for them and have a large audience who will shop for them on eBay. But I'm just going to do $18 and let it go. Save myself the time. Okay, we got plenty of cards here, but the table is actually filling up pretty well now. eBay is much better, says Perez. eBay has a wider audience. See, we just got 140 people watching. That's a really narrow audience. Might not be full of Final Fantasy collectors. Here we are. Ooh, Pikachu Hollow. What a beautiful card. We're going to do $100. Wait, is that 9? Yeah, $100 for the 9. Ooh. Here's a card I've been waiting to price. So I'm worried the moment I make this available for sale, poof, it'll be gone. But let me go get a price on it. All right, I'm ready to price it. I'm gonna go with $175. Hey, that's pretty affordable. But that's because it's a modern Charizard. Modern Charizards aren't super rare, guys. Wow, we got a couple nice cards out here, man. This one's already got a price tag on it. Furious Fist Dragonite. Wow, it's cool. Then I'd still be hungry. All right. We still got a pile of cards to go through here. But we're going to go ahead and start taking orders now. Let's see what happens today. There we go. Welcome, everyone, to the daytime stream. We were doing a lot of prices there, so I was focusing on that. We're ready to start reading your messages. Dennis Mountieri, 4 Merlin Series 1 and 2 TCCG bulk grades. Please grade the best pull, and the other grade is for my Gengar Merlin Series 1. Okay, you got it. We'll be looking for the best pull. You guys have been doing a pretty good job keeping John busy. I think I handed him 40 grades tonight, so he's got plenty to work on. And that's great for John because it keeps him full time. Means he gets paid extra. So the best pull will be Gengar and Charizard, I think. No Charizard in there. Do you acquire this collection, mister? Did you acquire this collection? These are all cards that I graded. Yeah, I graded these cards. I think your Streamlabs is down. Is it? Let me go make sure it's working. I'll go refresh it. My power was down earlier. That's why we started so late. Did you guys know that? Yeah, my power went down, so I wasn't getting my work done for... Well, it took about an hour to get the power back up, I'd say. Maybe an hour and a half. And so for a while, I just wasn't doing anything. Yeah, so Streamlabs is back up. I don't see any events where sound should have played, though. Cold. Pack number 3. How's your day going, guys? It's Thursday. We're getting close to the weekend. Getting close to that weekend. Gyarados. Yeah, Gyarados. Did I miss the giveaway, says Pranksta? Yeah, you missed it. Ah, darn. You'll have to go on to the next stream. All right, cool. Here's Ash Ketchum. It was huge. I always watch the stream, says Pranksta. Weekend schmeekend. There we go. Yep, missed it. I won the giveaway. Mr. SLAB-AWAY, that Charizard sending. Okay, Mr. Eric Tang, you got it. Very cool. So that's for Dennis Manieri. Let's start by finding your bag, Mr. Dennis. Dennis with the D-E. Here he is. That's pretty easy. Who's going to snipe the poor man hour of his SLAB-AWAY? We got Charizard here. Well, that's easy. You just grade the Charizard. You're saying you had a Gengar? If you had a Gengar, I would have put it in the front. The Gengar's a hit. You didn't have 2 bags, did you? I don't see a Gengar in your bag. Maybe you're confusing your Gengar with your Charizard. Because you didn't ask for me to grade your Charizard. That's the one you should grade, is the Charizard. Yeah, let's go looking for a Gengar just in case. Maybe it's a non-holo Gengar. I didn't think of that. Could be a non-holo Gengar. Because I think there is one in the set. Bet you it's non-holo. Is it possible to be sniped after you pay $25 on the SLAB-AWAY fee? Yeah, it's possible to bid on the card like a minute after it's been removed from the table. You're allowed to bid over the SLAB-AWAY price. I don't know why you would. You'd be paying such a high price for a card. I don't think it's a great idea. But if you're desperate to have that particular Charizard, or maybe you just love me so much that you want to send me $5 bonus or something, go for it. I won't stop you. You see, because multiple people want the same card, and so I'm okay just selling to the highest bidder. Dennis, I didn't see a Gengar. Is it possible you already graded it, Dennis? You might have sent it out already, Dennis. And you might have forgotten. These things happen, Dennis. Let's see. Trying to see if it just shows up here. That'd be easy, wouldn't it? Eric. The other person loses $25 fee. Well, they get refunded. Dennis, you already sent it off. See, you got me on the goose hunt here, Dennis. All right, so what's going to happen, Dennis, is I'm going to send your Charizard out, which I think is a smart move. And then you've got one more grade available. Dennis smoking that pot. Mister's always open to making some money. Well, let's say 5 people want the same card. Why should it just go to the first guy who places the order, when really the only reason he got to go first is because he's hitting the buttons slightly faster, or more likely he has less delay on the stream, so he saw the card go up first, or his internet's faster. You know what I mean? That's not really fair for everyone else. So if somebody wants to pay more for the card, I should just accept a higher payment for the card. That's rational, I think. And so they're kind of like an auction a bit. You know, you can bid them up essentially. This is a market where you can bid on the cards. Most people do not, by the way. Most people get them for the table price. Table price is already usually set to the cheapest byte now. So it's pretty rare for a card to be bid up. But there's something weird about Charizard where people just go crazy for him. People just go nuts for Charizard. I couldn't tell you why he's so crazy popular. Let's go ahead and get these slabs off the table. We'll get these priced up another day, I think. We got a lot of slabs now. We got a lot of fresh slabs. There we go. Pop-up, more Charizard. There's something about Charizard. Gengar cooler than Zard. Charizard should breathe money instead of fire. Oh, yeah. Joseph Campolongo with a huge order. $100 to my SLAB-AWAY, he starts out. Okay, give me a moment. Mr. Joseph. He's got a great Charizard. Joseph Campolongo. This moves to 1440. There you go. Now he says 3 packs of Pokemon Tops Series 2. Okay. Mr. Joseph, 1, 2, and 3. He says, how do you schedule/control yourself? Thanks for what you do. Your stream helped me while I was recovering from the surgeries. Man, that's tough. Surgeries and recovery. So I'm glad you're feeling a bit better. And I'm glad that, I can keep you guys entertained to a degree. How do I keep myself scheduled? It's tough. I don't really think humans are made to sit down and work every single day for their entire lives. But I'm sort of driven by a goal, if you didn't know this, for the kids that I don't even have. I don't have kids yet. But my goal is to leave them a retirement trust, which is what my family didn't have. I came from a very poor family, 11 children. We were really, really poor. I didn't have birthday presents. I didn't have Christmas presents mostly. And it really messed, it really in my mind, I knew something was wrong financially when I was a kid. I was like, this isn't normal. So as an adult, it's not really like I need a lot of pleasurable things in life because I would say I don't. Um, but I hate the idea of not doing a better job for my kids than my parents did for me. So that really is a big motivator. You hear that a lot, actually. So when you hear about people who became uh, business entrepreneurs or something like that, or they invent some product, you hear their backstory, and it's always the same. It's often the same backstory that they were very poor when they were younger. So something about being really poor motivates you later in life. And I think that's true for me too. So I'm not a whole lot different from anyone else in that way. All right, let's see, Joseph. Yeah, it's a big motivator, those memories of being really poor. All right, let's see what we got. I got a lot of those memories. Here's Ride On. Whose order? This is Joseph Campolongo. Now he is own Kingpin. Oh, Kingpin. You're funny, man. There we go. Ooh, Ghastly Maiden Peak. And if you listen to me, you'll hear me get really upset when I see that the government is like mismanaging funds, or, when the government is not productive with the funds that it has. Like war annoys me, for example, because all that money could be spent researching cures for cancer or helping establish a more beautiful and wealthy society, but instead is spent on like bombs so that you can establish a larger government or a new border or something like that, or some sort of religious interest. Perhaps you have a religion that believes that you should be in charge, which all of the major religions sort of believe that. And so a lot of money is spent on that kind of work, and it's like, that's so unproductive. There's better things to spend money on. We often don't want to spend money on the poor, so that annoys me. Even though I'm not a socialist, it's terrible to see how much money gets wasted, and then the poor don't get a whole lot of help, and so that does bother me a lot. Ooh, look at that, Bulbasaur. So, like, what do you think I'd rather spend money on right now? Keeping a lot of people in jail for marijuana, or helping people pay for their medical bills? It's so obvious. Like, what a dumb question even. People need help with medicine. Instead, we're going to put people in jail for marijuana. We just did that for my whole lifetime, right? Weed was just made legal here in Missouri in February 6th. I'm 33 years old. It took 33 years for them to do that. It was illegal all that time until just a few days ago. What's today, the 9th? So that kind of stuff is pretty shocking and unbelievable for me. Look at that Bulbasaur. Ooh, since ganja, mucha marijuana. Mister, I'm poor. I'm poor for a reason. You're a degenerate Pokemon card buyer. No, I'm just kidding. I did 2 years for marijuana in Ohio back in 2009. Oh, there we go. Pulling that Gengar. It's looking really good. Now, it needs to have no print line on the back. Are you ready? I'm scared. Oh, no. I'm telling you guys, when you see a 10 on a card, you're probably underappreciating it. These Topps cards are so difficult. It's got a big print line right on the back. It's not going to grade 10, I'm afraid. Yeah, so, we spend all this money on jails, and I'm a Republican personality type mostly. I believe in law and order. I believe in self-control. I believe in being careful. Those are all kind of conservative personality traits. Thinking carefully, thinking about security. And yet, I cannot stand how many people we put into jail because it's such a waste of money. And so I've called it socialism for criminals, basically, to put somebody into jail and to keep them there for years. And you're basically paying for someone's living apartment, and it's not even nice. It's a terrible living apartment, but you pay for it. You pay for a warden to live there. You pay for their meals. You pay, I think, for their medicine and their air conditioning and right? So I really, even as a conservative, am really against our jail system. It drives me nuts. And so, yeah, you'll hear that about me. And a lot of that just relates back to my childhood, being so poor, really poor. Ooh, this is good. I think that might be Charmeleon die cut. Look at that. See that, guys? Not sure. Is that... Pidgeotto die cut. You got a lovely Pikachu here. I don't think he's going to grade 10, though. I was late on my car taxes. I received a letter making me sound like a criminal. Yeah, they want to collect your taxes from you. There you go. Even though it's your property, they're allowed to tax it as if it's not your property. So as long as the government can tax your property, you're not truly the private owner of it. It belongs to the government. They're just renting it to you. And the form of that rent is the taxes. Because if you don't pay the taxes, they'll come and take you away. So that's rent. You don't own it, you're renting it. And the taxes is the rental fee. So that's why all private property needs to be tax-free immediately, because it's not private property until you remove the taxes. Oh my God, he pulled another Gengar. That's so unusual. So here's a checklist with the print line. I hope you realize that insurance in America is pretty much socialized healthcare, except that corporations, yeah. So insurance is a form of gambling. If you guys don't understand what insurance truly is, what kind of product it is, but it is gambling. The gamble is that for a fee, a company will replace all your stuff if it goes bad. In this case, with healthcare, you're the stuff. You're the product that could go bad and that they would have to replace. They would have to pay for you. And the gamble is, what's the chances that XYZ happens in 10 years? So the insurance company, they hire some really smart math guy to sit down and make a prediction on you. And then he says, all right, here are your odds. And so the insurance company says, for this amount, we'll make sure you do not have this financial catastrophe, but you're going to pay us this amount per month. They're so good at this gamble that they're like a casino that never loses. That's insurance companies. They do it for profit. They're very good at knowing how to offer the insurance at a profit for themselves. And when Bernie Sanders says he wants to have a one, payer system or whatever, one buyer system, he's talking about being able to eliminate insurance because now you don't need companies competing over the profit of the gamble of whether you'll get injured or not, since the government is just going to guaranteed cover it no matter what. So some money is saved for the American people not having to pay that profit margin on the insurance. But then again, maybe the government would ration out the healthcare. Maybe a lot of poor people would suddenly demand healthcare where they didn't demand it in the past because they would have had to pay some of it, so the demand on that system would get much more expensive. And then who would pay for that? Well, maybe the middle class, maybe the upper class, you know what I mean? So yeah, there's trade-offs. A socialized healthcare system would mean you pay for other people's health. And that works until you run out of money and realize you're poor, or it works until somebody in the power structure is skimming some off the top or spending the money in some inefficient way. There's many reasons why socialist systems don't perform very well. Wow, so Joseph, you got double Gengars in here. It's supposed to be a good round, but they each had a print line, unfortunately. Would I grade it? I would still think about grading it because 9 Gengars, I think, are still more valuable than the cost of grading. So even if these had 9s, they would still fetch a profit over the premium of the grade. Joseph, let's find his bag. All right, Joseph. I hate seeing people not be able to afford something as basic as healthcare, because healthcare is about, life and death. And so money kind of goes out the window when you're talking about being able to save your life. And when you're young and you're healthy, it's easier to hate on the idea of socialized healthcare. And you get wiser over time and realize how important it is. It's a little above the need for profit, the need for healthcare. But yeah, we'll figure it out one day, I think. Joseph Compalongo says, are there possible Cardos Prism slabs pulls in the live customs? Yeah, there's always a Prism card in the live customs, but not a lot of them. Mister, are you for socialized healthcare? I think a mixed approach would work. I think the idea of having the government offer an insurance option is already kind of smart. I think what we have to do is avoid full socialism on healthcare, because in my opinion, socialism demotivates people from working, and it overpays for unproductive people, and it underpays productive people. So it's like a punishment. If you're real productive, I guess I would argue, I work a lot of hours. You get punished extra for working those extra hours. And That's just a bad incentive structure. So the reason that matters is, let's say I really wanted to live a better life and be a hard worker. Well, maybe I move to the UAE in the Middle East where they don't tax you as hard. Or maybe Australia offers me a better rate. Why shouldn't I just go to Australia? Is Australia not a first world country? Why shouldn't I consider moving to the UK, which is where I'd prefer to live? If our taxes look like their taxes, I'm just going to go there. I'm not going to stay here. So when you raise taxes to a point where it's uncompetitive with the rest of the world, your smart, productive people really start to consider their options on moving. And I think there is a tax point where people move away. We saw this with New Jersey, by the way. So New Jersey raised their taxes, and some of their wealthiest residents started moving to places like Florida. And the amount of tax revenue that they lost was so staggering, because it turned out the wealthy people kind of pay the majority of the taxes. So everyone complains, oh, they don't pay a high enough rate. But that doesn't matter. The total amount that they pay is still way higher than the average person. So you can't really afford to lose your productive, wealthy people. That is actually a worse system than socialism. Kip F, 5 resurgence of power. You got it, man. So socialism works in the shadow of capitalism. Socialism works in the umbrella of capitalism, in my opinion. You make a lot of profit. You offer a competitive place to live for the world's most competitive, most productive people. They say, hey, America offers the best quality of living and the lowest taxes, so they move over here. Then they're productive over here. Then you collect taxes on them, and then you can help the poor, right? So that's the best system. Socialism within a capitalist structure. All right, let's see what we got. I think that it's definitely true that giving people too much socialism demotivates them. Like, who remembers during COVID, people were paid to stay home? You think anyone was going to leave their home when they were receiving a paycheck to be unemployed and they were receiving stim checks? Whoa! Whoa, what is this? This has got to be the card that Kip was chasing. I have not seen this. What is this? Cloud full art. Wow. That's crazy looking. I love the artwork. Kip, this has got to be why you kept opening these, right? Looks like you got it, man. Congratulations. All right, we got to clip that one for Kip. That's Cloud. Very cool. That's a full art pull. So this is a chase card, and it's probably really expensive. I'm going to go ahead and save it. Whew. All right, nice, man. That Cloud coming out. All right, let's see what's in the rest of these packs. Calm Lanat. Yeah, so if you wanted to live in a society with a lot of great social benefits, I would move to the society where all the rich people want to live, because they're the ones who pay all the taxes. So a good socialist is someone who can attract the wealthy to them, not scare them away and banish them or talk about how you're going to eat them and talk about how, oh, you're the worst. You're the reason why I'm poor. You know what I mean? I think a smart socialist would say, wait a second, let's create a system that attracts all the wealthy people into our one group. We'll tax them at a lower rate, but since there's so many of them, the total taxes will actually be higher than in another country. You see? Kip F. So you have to think about that equation, and I think that equation works a lot better. Because one thing that I think a lot of socialists do is they underestimate how motivated hard workers are to avoid taxation and to live in a place where their money is treated nicely or treated fairly, right? Very motivated to be treated well. All right, Kip. Also, I think they underestimate how easy it is for the world's most productive and wealthy people to just move. Like, of course they can just move. Elon Musk did that. He moved out of California during COVID because of the COVID restrictions. He said, all right, I'm gone. And so think about all the ad revenue California is now missing out on because they couldn't just make a little exception for him. That's their loss. California probably thinks that's not a big deal. But if that was a trend, if that was a pattern for them and they kept losing big factories like that, eventually there's just going to be this giant gap in their revenue that they were using to support all their social programs. All right, next up we've got Mr. Wilbur Viato, 3 Azure lanes. You got it. 1, 2, and 3. So yeah, the trick is to attract all the smartest people to you. You want to attract all the talented people in the world. Those are the guys who make money. Attract all the talented people to you. Make them a deal. Say, hey, we'll treat you better. We are here for you. We'll treat you better. Come to us and let us collect taxes on you. If you got an opposite personality where you say, yeah, we hate you, you're the worst, screw you, we're going to take all your money, 99% after a certain amount, what you're really going to do is drive all your geniuses away, all of your tax makers away, all your business creators, all your job creators. You're going to drive them away, and it will just end up with you being sort of like a poor second world country, or whatever you want to call it, a poor socialist country. I feel this is what's going on in places like France, and I believe it's also happening in the UK. When you look at them, one of the highest net outflows of millionaires in the world is out of the UK. So the most millionaires are leaving one particular country, the UK. And so every time you lose a millionaire, think of all the money they're not spending in your country anymore. They're not buying stuff anymore. They're not buying food or drink or restaurant or fancy clothing or cars or their children's school or any of the healthcare, any of the stuff they would have normally purchased. They spend that money in another country now. They're going to Australia. They're going to the UAE. They're going to the United States. They're going to these countries that are more generous toward them with their money, that they earned it. All right, Wilbur Viato. So you go from having these rich people buy stuff around you to they're not spending $1 around you. And then at the same time, you're not collecting any taxes on them anymore. And oftentimes they'll try to bring their business with them too. They're like, all right, we're done with business over here. The truth is people focus on the business around them locally. So it's easier to run your business down the street from you. So they bring their business with them too, their headquarters, or they open up a shop where they're living. You know what I mean? So you lose so much when the talented people in your society leave. You begin to realize that talent is just, wealth is just the people you're surrounded by. And all your policies should really be focused on attracting talent, not scaring it away. Eric Tang says $25 for SLAB-AWAY, $80 to card. Thank you. You got it, Mr. Eric. So this is for Eric. I'm surrounded by family, says A. Perez. All right, cool, man. Let's see. We're going to put you right here. You have $95 remaining. Sweet. Mr. said it was cool. What? You're ranting again. Don't forget to breathe. Chicago does a great job on attracting talent. Mister, let me slap away your Topps Chrome Pack. Well, Chicago's done a good job. New York's done a good job. California's done a good job. All those places, the reason they got so wealthy was because they attracted a lot of talented people together. Now, I would say there's been some technological changes to the world where you can work remote now. So now it's easy to get talent out of a place like Missouri. It's easier to get talent out of Florida, out of North Dakota, out of South Carolina. And so you don't have to be all bunched together in California anymore, in Silicon Valley. And so then you start to ask yourself, well, so why am I paying the premium price of being in this location when the talent can come from all over the world now? And I think that's going to be a part of why you're going to see an outflow of talent from California, because your taxes are very high. You're becoming aggressively more socialist. You're floating ideas like, we'll give every black person $1 million. You're floating ideas like we'll pay health care for people who have moved in here without citizenship. The reason that's expensive is because there's a good chance that that's a net tax loss. The people receiving the health care did not contribute enough to pay for the health care, see? So that's a giant net tax loss. So how are you going to support these social programs if your major companies are saying, this is a bad deal for us? We need to get out of California and into Texas, out of California and into Florida where there's no state sales tax, right, or state tax. New York Times just had an article on this exact issue today, says Sea Dogs. Mister, I love voting Democrat. No problem, man. All right, let's do this next. Jennifer Yap says 5 Merlin Series 1. You got it, Jennifer. It's such a toxic move because, of course, any of us would take 1 million. It's like teasing us. Yeah, and so what it really does, it's like a psyops, because now if you're black and you're into all that stuff, you feel like you're owed that money because it feels like you're getting so close to it. You feel like you're owed it. And it's like setting a behavior or setting a personality for them. Very toxic, very toxic. Imagine if I was told over and over again by my leaders that I'm owed $1 million perhaps. I might get very defensive if you tell me otherwise. Or I might get very indignant about, oh, well, you know, you better pay this to me because if you don't, it means you don't respect what happened in the past. You know, so it causes further division is what it does. And it's such an unrealistic amount of money and such a punishment to everyone who didn't participate in slavery in the past or fought to end slavery in the past, which, by the way, half the country did. Half the country fought to end slavery, arguably more than half. In addition, I just want to give you a heads up, not asking, you should check, because I received 2 seals, one from you. They were both soggy. I believe there might be water damage in them. When to sale, it's sealed. Okay, sounds good. I tell you what, Jennifer, let me get you 2 packs of those. I remember that. Jennifer, I think it was that particular box that we had. This box is better. I don't know how it happened, but here's 2 replacement packs. All you had to do is mention it. You're totally owed the correct packs. She's saying that her Ninja Turtle packs were in bad condition, so we're just going to replace them with 2 fresh ones, and these aren't wet. But yeah, we opened one from the other box, and it seemed like they had gotten soggy somehow. So here you go, and then let's open these. If you buy 6 booster boxes on Pokemon Center, do they send you a case? You don't have to. It's okay. Just want to give you a heads up. No, it's not a big deal. You know, the cards are priced so that if something goes wrong, I can afford to fix it. So you know, I'm already in a position to help you. I set myself up to be in a position like that. Jennifer gets reparations. What about me? We're going to get Jennifer some Ninja Turtle reparations. Yeah, so socialist programs that are out of control, what they do is they bankrupt the government. They're so expensive that the government spends more than it can afford to spend. And so what does the government do when it can't spend any more money? Well, it borrows money from the Federal Reserve. It says, all right, make us a loan. And so the Federal Reserve, in order to make that loan, they can just print money to make that loan. And so they make the loan to the government of however much money they want. It all gets printed up. And the government spends this money, and the money enters circulation, meaning that now it's in everyone's wallets. And as they do this, they are diluting the value of money. And you all understand this at this point. I think that with the doubling of the money supply during COVID, a lot of people have finally really caught on to the money printing and the idea of inflation. And it's destroyed so many countries. Inflation has. The Roman Empire fell because of inflation. That was a major reason why they fell. So our government spends more than it brings in by a lot. And they do this because when they run for president or whatever they run for, they promise us everything free. They say, you'll get this, you'll get that, I'll spend money building roads. Where are they getting the money to do this? They don't actually have the income to do that. So they print it. And if your income, if your yearly raise doesn't keep up with the amount of money they're printing, then your purchasing power over time actually goes down like this. You turn around to buy a house, you're like, why is a house so expensive? Well, because there's all this cash in circulation. And so the value of the house has gone up, but your income has not gone up at the rate of the cost of the house. So the government is essentially stealing from you. You could say it's taxing you without your knowledge, but money printing is a form of taxation. And so we've all just paid a very heavy tax on all this money printing. And you will not afford to retire anymore. You will not afford to buy a home. The cost of living will be so high you'll barely afford rent, food, and gas. That's where we are now. Jennifer Yap, let's grab your bag. That's where we are today. To fix this, the very first thing that has to happen, the government needs to actually reduce social programs. Unfortunately, the government needs to spend a reasonable amount of money that it can actually afford to spend. And people are afraid to even do that because we're at a point in our economy where we almost rely on the expectation of the government spending the people's money, because that's what they're doing when they print money. They're spending the people's money. They're stealing the value of your dollars and putting those dollars into their own pocket by printing. So the economy almost is reliant on the government stealing at this point. It's a very bad economy. And we're in a very bad position. The only good news is that this is happening all around the world. Many countries are doing the same thing. And so if you're poor, feeling like a socialist, feeling like a communist, I don't blame you, because the price of living has become so untenable. But it's mostly occurring because the government is stealing for votes. The government says, I'll give you all this free stuff, vote for me. So this is the flaw of democracy. The flaw of democracy is that, in my opinion, the average person eventually discovers that they can vote for free stuff, and voting for free stuff will become the primary motivator for votes. And then once you're at that stage, you're at the end of your democracy. You're at the end of your empire. I think the UK reached that point a long time ago, and people vote for money now. Hey, give me this, give me that. And your country becomes insolvent financially, and then it starts to sell its resources to other countries. So all of a sudden, you're importing very cheap labor from around the world so that you don't have to pay local workers a fair wage. You just import almost like slave labor from poorer countries. And then at the same time, you take your valuable businesses and you sell them to places like Russia, you sell them to China, you sell them to the Saudi Arabia guys. So this is how, end stage democracies are functioning. They start to sell all their valuable resources to countries that haven't bankrupted themselves yet through democracy. Alexander Jeremita. The very reason we work is to one day not have to. Here we are. Yeah, you're supposed to be able to save up and retire when you get old. We're in a very hard time. Hyperinflation cuts out the middle class. 100,000 salary job retires as a 100 millionaire. Crazy. Of course, that's poisonous. Is this going to be in the test? That's right. Write this down, guys. This is going to be in the test. Here we go. Mr. Slab payoff today. Sounds good, man. Mr.'s ranting. I'll be back in 30 minutes. It won't be over in 30 minutes, Kevin. Ooh. Some people actually really enjoy talking about these subjects. I think that even if you don't agree with me on my positions, which I don't know why you wouldn't, because I haven't said anything controversial so far. I haven't said anything that's particularly Democrat or particularly Republican. But even if you disagree with me, I think it's a good idea to try to understand the concepts, because it helps you form your own opinions, but also it kind of gives you a concept of how the world's working. The middle class gets screwed the most. That's right. A lot of money gets drained out of the middle class during this situation. And so you don't fix the inequality at all. You'd think that money printing would fix the inequality. What money printing truly does is it solves the debt problem, the debt crisis for corporations. So corporations, they borrow a lot of money to buy assets ahead of time at the cost of an interest rate. And when you print a lot of money, the value of debt falls, because $100 today becomes worth maybe like $50 of purchasing power tomorrow when you're printing so much money. Does that make sense? So corporations who have a lot of debt, they love money printing. They want the government to do lots of money printing because it reduces the cost of their debt. The value of their debt goes down. Money printing depreciates the dollar's value. That's correct. And so if you owe $4 billion of corporate debt, but then the value of money falls by 50% and the cost of goods go up, that corporate debt is now equal to maybe $2 billion. $2 billion. So it's actually a really great thing for corporations when there's a lot of money printing. They love it. They're like, yeah. And then they say, give that money to the poor so they can come buy my garbage. You know, I'm the Nike Corporation with $4 billion of debt. Cut them $2,000, not enough to buy a house, but cut them $2,000 to buy my sneakers. And then I'll use all the income to also focus on borrowing more low interest money to buy more assets. So ironically, you would think that socialism creates equality. It never does. Socialism, just like communism, always still results in a superpower structure with people at the top. I mean, a great example is North Korea is very communist, and you got, Mr. President or whatever his name is over there. He's got all the money. Him and his little ring of power holder elites have all the power in North Korea, and the people at the bottom get the drippings, right? The droppings or whatever it's called. So the leftovers. So in other words, we use socialism and communism to try and create equality, and yet a power structure emerges anyways with this huge gap between the rich and the poor. It always occurs. Alexander Jeremita, new bag. Oh, Mr. Taking out the whiteboard. It's getting real, guys. Yeah, that's one of the follies of socialism and communism is they often argue that they are there to create equality, but the end result is still enormous amounts of inequality. So if you live in the UK, you probably still feel like there is an upper elite class of billionaires who have all the property, they've got all the business. You never were made equal to them. There we go. And they use the socialism as a guaranteed income for their product. And they hold assets, not money. So it doesn't matter how much money the UK government prints. They've always got the value of their assets. You're never really catching up with them. Joseph Campolongo, 2 Tops Pokemon Series 2, 10 bulk grades. You got it, man. All right. Mr. Joseph. You know, you go to the UK and there's probably like people living like dukes and duchesses still. And then you got people who can barely get by living in the streets. That inequality was not solved, and it never will be. It'll never be solved by socialism. A big problem is that we are also borrowing against Social Security funds. Yeah, that's a really big, scary problem because that money doesn't exist. And as our parents and grandparents age, they're going to rely on that money more and more, and they're going to expect to cash it in. Like, all right, send me my check. So I don't think we're at the peak point for Social Security. But, you know, if we survive it, I think the society will be in a better financial place because eventually everyone has to die. So when grandma and grandpa from the boomer generation pass away, you know, financially, the country might be okay. Ooh, horsey. Today's stream's a financial stream talking about social economic problems. Here's Dodrio. Here's James. Here's Waterflowers of Cerulean City. Is there a Discord channel where I can ask about an order I made yesterday? What can I help you with, Damien? There is a Discord, and you could contact me over there with private message. You can also just talk to me here, or you could send me a penny message in PayPal. That will force me to read your problem because I read all the penny messages. Penny message is when you send me like 1 penny on PayPal. The problem is we just sell all our good ideas to the third world country for a price. There has been quite a bit of that, I've heard. Uh-oh, a sticker card. All right. Can we peel it? We have sold a lot of intellectual property to our competitor, which is China, but they've also stolen quite a bit of it because they do not respect intellectual property rights over there, and we just went along with it. And so they caught up to us technologically at a pace that they shouldn't have because they were able to just take a lot of our very valuable, you know, secrets and research that we worked hard on over here and just say, here we go, copy and paste. That's smart of them. I guess that's what you're supposed to do. I'm not here to judge them. They did what's smart. I think it was our fault for being dummies about it. And really, there's conflicts of interest that the government didn't properly incentivize companies to protect technological secrets over profits. And so that's a problem too. Healthcare is too expensive, says Robert. Yeah, I agree, it is. Well, Robert, it's not just healthcare, it's everything. Everything's too expensive these days. Here we are. So healthcare is too expensive, but if food, gas, and rent and the cost of a home was cheaper, well, you'd have more money left over for your healthcare. The fact is you don't have any money left over. So how can you afford something like healthcare if everything else costs so much? So it's not one industry, it's all these industries. Housing is insanity. I mean, houses out here in Lake of the Ozarks were like $200,000 a house just about 4 years ago. Now they're like $400,000 to $600,000. How does it just double in price like that? That's wild, man. Okay, Joseph. Let's get you some grades. Did he say 10? 10 bulk grades. Okay, you ready? Let's see. I'm going to grade these Gengars for sure. The Pidgeot's pretty cool. We could grade the checklist. I don't know if I'd grade anything else. Your average player says capitalism, that's why. Now, why would you say capitalism caused the problem? I think that capitalism solves the problem. Capitalism gives people work. It gives them an income. It allows businesses to rise up that solve problems. It allows us to innovate new products. And those new products are profit that we can export around the world. The solution is for us to be even more capitalist than we've ever been. The solution is for us to do productive things that create, this thing we call profit. And the profit really is the excess of productivity. That's what profit is. It's the excess of productivity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got 6 cards for you here. There we go. All right, let's see what we got. When hot Cheetos used to cost 99 cents, only Arizona drinks keep it real. What it really means, Big Tony, about the hot tea, the drinks, they've found a way to reduce their cost over time, probably with new technology. That's how they've managed to maintain the same profit margin while offering the same price during inflation. Alternatively, it could also mean that they are profiting so much that they can afford to not keep up with inflation because the equilibrium between supply and demand still works out for them at that cost price. So don't be too quick to assume that the Arizona Tea Company is just a generous, loving company. They're a for-profit company, and they probably sat down in a boardroom and analyzed their best marketing strategy and their best price. That's all. These guys are really smart. They're not really interested in holding your hand or being nice to you because we're besties or anything. You're their customer, and they're a corporation. There we go. Imagine if doctors were allowed to just teach apprentices without government regulations. They also said they don't advertise, so they don't have big up prices. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 lovely cards for you here, but I wasn't sure what else to grade. So you're going to have 4 grades left over. I think that's going to be the smart move. Capitalism says my work skills are not valuable. Let's see. This is going to say 4TCC. That might be the truth. And so your strategy going forward would be to learn a new skill right away. Yeah, learn a new skill. It's not capitalism that says that. It's your fellow citizen, your neighbor who says, hey, I'd like to hire you to do something for me. And then you go to them and say, I can't do that because I don't have that skill. And they go, oh, well, now I got to find a different guy. So sometimes it's on you to try and develop some sort of valuable skill. Obviously, one of the most valuable is doctor, right? But there's a lot of skills in between doctor and, like Uber driver. A. Perez has a gender studies degree. Gender studies degree, you probably have very limited job options. One of them being academic, like professor of gender studies. It's like a pyramid scheme. No, well, what do they call that? Ponzi scheme? No, I don't know what kind of. Yeah, I mean, you go pay someone to teach you gender studies so that you have to go do their job now in order to get paid to teach somebody about gender studies. That does sound like a pyramid scheme, yeah. Never went to college. Joke's on you. Yeah, and I don't think you do to have to get wealthy. I think that's a perception that's really changing over time. The idea that you have to go to college to get wealthy. I think the number one thing you can do to get wealthy is to look for an underserved area and to open up a business there. So, for example, where I was living is called Laurie, Missouri. It had no McDonald's. So it could just use a McDonald's. And if you did the hard work of opening a McDonald's franchise, in 10 years, you'd be making good money, okay? Or you could just open some brand new thing, like a ramen shop, a sardine shop, maybe a card shop somewhere that doesn't have a card shop. You can do an analysis. America's huge, very vast. You could find a place that is growing for some reason and analyze if they have a card shop. And if they don't, you can open a physical card shop. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. That takes entrepreneurship. You have to get out and do stuff. You can't just like sit back and be like, well, maybe I can vote for free stuff, right? That'll never make you wealthy. Because when you vote for free stuff, you'll only be as wealthy as everyone else because everyone will receive the free stuff. So you have to go out and do something really different from people. That's what will make you wealthy. You have to do something very different. You have to do something very productive and helpful to others. Solve someone's problem like boredom or lack of sushi shops or something like that, you know? Go solve a real problem. And they don't teach you that in school, I don't think. They don't make you think that way in school. I think in school, they make you get into a routine, open up a school book, take this test, don't do any proactive thinking for yourself, don't do anything creative, just read this stupid text about this stupid old subject and sit still in your chair and, take this Ritalin and, you know, have premarital sex and get some stupid girl pregnant because you don't know what you're doing. I think that's school in a nutshell. I think school is really outdated, very outdated, at least American school. I don't know about other countries. We have Kip F. He says, can I use my 5 free grades on my Full Art Cloud and Full Art Sephiroth? And you can pick the other 3. Sounds good, Kip. All right, what do we got? Mister's living in the 1950s. Well, no, I mean, there's nothing truly wrong with premarital sex. I'm not Christian. I don't believe you have to get married to have sex or anything. But my point is that, you know, you got like 16-year-olds getting pregnant. It's not necessarily a good outcome for them, especially because they're probably not skilled in picking out a highly valuable partner at that point in life. 3, 4, 5. Here we are. Full Art Sephiroth and Cool Kid box, by the way. Oh, give me a moment. Give me a moment. Heck yeah, man. Oh my God, so cool, dude. You guys seeing this? Here we are. Cloud and Sephiroth. Dude, that is so cool. There we go. Sex is fun, but, you know, it's not going to help you purchase a house sooner in life. It's not going to help you retire sooner. It's not going to give you success necessarily. So that's why I'm a little critical of it. See, I told you I do think a little bit like a conservative. I'm not Christian. I don't think there's rules on all that stuff. All right, beautiful. We're gonna clip this. No. Oh, well, yeah, we'll clip it. Here we are. So Kip F has a beautiful Cloud and Sephiroth from Resurgence of Power. Look how fancy that is. There we go. Whew. Man, that's looking spicy as hell, man. Corn Stars and OnlyFans says otherwise. Here we are. Well, I mean, if you want to go be a corn star, go be a corn star. I don't think they actually get paid well, right? Like Belle Delphine does, but that's because she's more than just an OnlyFans. She's an internet personality And she's an exception. I think she gets paid enormous amounts because she went viral on the internet in a way the majority of people never do. So you can't measure all corn stars' incomes by the most successful corn stars' incomes. You know what I mean? That doesn't make sense to do it that way. When did you know an online card shop was a viable business? It was actually an idea I had when I was a lot younger, and I used to run an eBay channel, and I was, I had a YouTube channel called TheCardconomist, and it had less than 1,000 subscribers at that time. And I was thinking about how YouTube could be used kind of like eBay to post items for sale. And I made a video a very long time ago where I posted an item I had for sale on eBay, but I had made just the one video and then never returned to doing that. Well, so much later on, when I got into card collecting, I knew that by showing the card off on my social media, it would have a much better chance of selling. And this slowly happened when I started going live. All right, Kip F. You got it, man. What time is it, by the way? It's 5? Nice. I saw a thing that the top 65% of OnlyFans only make $100. Only the 1% make thousands. There's a lot of competition, and I think that it works generally that way for a lot of things. There we go. We have Kyle Sexton. Whoa! All right, Kyle Sexton just paid off an expensive card. Give me a second. Mr. Kyle. I'm looking for it. Wow, not bad, man. Looks like the price on this card shifted upward a little bit. That's good. So Kyle Sexton, Pop 30, Empoleon Shiny from Plasma Freeze. Holy Jesus, dude. Okay, we still got it in this thing here. That's nice. I'll mark this SLAB-AWAY thing off. Now, you say you don't know if you have a bag. Well, we do a quick search if you want. That's a lot of money for a really nice card. Mister, I'm trying to buy a house. Why would you tempt me like this? Pokemon cards or a new home? It's a tough choice, man. Think of it like this. Pokemon cards make the inside of your home nice. So it's one thing to own a home. It's another thing to have nice things in your home. So you gotta have a little bit of both, in my opinion. It's easy for me to say that because that's what I'm doing, you know what I mean? Obviously, every dollar of my money is not going toward buying real estate. Okay, Kyle, you did have a little baggie here. You said you had some other slabs too? So, Kyle, I have an address that begins with 59. That's the same address we're going to use. Tell warning me is expensive. Is Empoleon a starter? Yeah, he's a starter. All right, cool, man. All right. So good. James Watkins says, bulk grade my Blastoise Uno card and one spot in the Cosmic Break. You got it. James Watkins. Dragonite will be gone by tomorrow. Will you hate me if I said that I'm not a fan of yours? I can't stand it. How can I make the channel better for you if you're not enjoying it? Let's see, James Watkins. See, Ukinil buy. People are buying spots. It's gonna sell slower because the spots are more expensive. Here we are. I stopped at Gen 3, never got a DS. Ooh, Blastoise. Give everyone free Pokemons. All right, free Pokemons for all. Thank you, James. Just had to pay 9.7K for work truck. Oof. It's expensive, man. They were all buying their temptation. That's right. Open cards like a Poke Degenerate. There we go. And that was a bulk grade. Joshua Quintana, one Topps movie. Topps movie. The people demand you get more excited over hollows. So Joshua would like shipping right after this. Okay, Joshua, your internet seems great now. Did you upgrade? No, we didn't upgrade. We had the actual internet guy come out here and actually fix our internet. And so it's much nicer now. Yeah, I agree. All right, we really like these Topps the First movie packs because they're in such shockingly good condition. Oh my God, dude. I think you just got a killer card. Are you ready? Joshua Quintana. Oh, I spoke too soon. Okay, the Dragonair's non-hollow, so that's the hollow. Oh, the stairwell. I mean, it's still got the main three characters on it, so it's cool. I thought you were gonna get a hollow Dragonair. I was getting all excited for you because that is such a cool pull. Mr. Which emoji has to go? I'm not a good judge of that, actually, because I never use the emojis. I don't type anything into chat. So a good judge of the emojis would probably be you and Cheese, actually, can just creatively decide what you think promotes the most fun. And Alex says the Pipple one. Yeah, the Pipple one is sort of temporary, isn't it? We can get rid of the Pipple one because it was only as fun as the subject was fun for when we were talking about it. Okay, Joshua Quintana. In other words, what I'm saying is eventually it's irrelevant because we don't talk about it as much. But the dogs. Yeah. I think people enjoyed it when we first added it. This is kind of negative also. Yeah, but we like some negativity. Being able to express negativity is nice. But, usually an emoji that's kind of old and tired and people are kind of bored with it. Claudia says, never get rid of the dogs. Back in my day, everyone spammed the butt emoji. I'd be careful about removing the butt emoji because I'm not sure if we would be able to add it back in if we removed it. All right, Joshua Quintana. Same address as before. If the butt emoji went away, it wouldn't be the end of the world because we've had that one for a long time. There you go. I think my card arrived today. Sweet. Remove this, says Alex. Yay, Mister's power back on. All right, guys, I'm calling no more orders now. We're approaching 5:30. We're going to have a nighttime stream for sure, though, okay? Zach Caples, one Y Star Wars, one Scarlet promo. Here's the promo. Do not remove the Bulba butt, says Kip. Kip has strong feelings about that. He says no. Why the frick is there a question mark after giveaway? Because I wasn't sure if I'd find a card that's worth giving away. Here we are. Is it like Dondaburo or something like that? Is there a way to track the cards once they ship out? Yeah, you're supposed to get a tracking number to your email. The email that you use for like PayPal. Here we are. Han Solo, Darth Vader. Can we see you dance? How's that song go? Is it something or is it Dancer? Zach Caples. Take away my pitbull. These could probably be brought down to 2. That's an interesting point. Because they're expressing the same feeling. Are we human or are we dancer? That's how it goes. Are we human? I don't know how the tune goes even. Okay, thank you, Zach. Appreciate it. Did you guys see the updates to the menu, by the way? So we are getting in a new one-piece set called Mighty Enemy. And then we're also getting Dragon Ball Z, Realm of the Gods. Javier Arroyo says 1V star. Get more Fortnite, says Pranksta. Maybe. Fortnite's very slow seller. I can sit on Fortnite all day, though, so it doesn't really bother me. Okay, Mr. Javier. Oops. Got to keep the Sniper Pika. Oh, wow. There's like 3 pulls in here. Wow, that is a cool card, man. Look at this. I actually just got a Platinum Era card with that guy on it. Did I show that to you guys? Probably not. Probably not. It's in the other room, so I did not show it off. Someone buy my TCCG10 Hyper Rare Party Diva Fortnite Slab. It's got gay rainbow. That's the selling point. All right, Mr. Javier Arroyo. Don't forget, you guys can sell your slabs in our Discord server called Pokistan Marketplace. Ooh. Very nice. Here's Dorickcayton. I couldn't find the second booster I ordered from yesterday. I did one in the afternoon stream. All right, Damien, so let's take a look at what's in your bag, Damien. Damien, it looks like I just have this in your bag. You're saying that you placed 2 orders. So what I'd like to do is go research your name and see if you have 2 orders. So I'll be right back, Damien. It's possible that I never got an email for it. I noticed when people place a duplicate order, that seems to happen occasionally. Mister, do you remember what grade you gave my gold Myrodon? I do not. I don't know if I've graded it yet. The only reason I say that is because I don't remember much when it comes to grading. So even if you expressed it. So Damien, it says another booster of Pixar. You got it, Mr. Damien. You're going to get that right now. You want a bonus? Here's a little bonus card. There we go. Golden Myrodon. Ask Mikey, says the ghost of Anthony. We got that nice base says Zapdos there. That's a good card. Hey, yo, Woody. Okay. This pack has 1 holo in it. There you go.
Auction for Pokemon Center New York clock ended at 3 k. Mr. I don't know if you were watching it.
An auction? I don't know what you mean by auction. You mean like they're selling the real estate? Is that what you mean? No more orders, guys. We're wrapping up. Let's check the ZELLE orders real fast. So we got a ZELLE order from Julian Larry. I forgot I had an old bag from last year. Thanks for combining. Please ship. Okay, you got it. There we go. Man, I love those Pixar cards. I want the stamped Finding Nemo one. Mister hates the daytime stream. What are you talking about? Okay, looks like we're shipping you for the first time in a while, maybe. There's going to be no tracking number for this one, Julian Larry. I mean, there will be one, but it's not going to automatically send to you. I'm using the address that you provided in Zelle. Ooh, man, that's real close to the border of a pound. Beep. Finally got my Pokeball after a year of buying Pokies from Mister. Aw, thanks, man. Appreciate that. It's only $2 a month. It's not too bad. And it gives you that Pokeball and lets us know how long you've been around. Do I need to send more? No, you're good. Thank you, Mr. Larry. We'll jump back to PayPal now. Zach Patch says, ship my junk and my slab. Also, I put in a different shipping address. Okay, we're doing another shipping here. So let's find Mr. Zach first. We're going to delete the old address. Oh, I hear some birds outside. That's so pretty. Here it is, Zach Patch. So I'm now deleting the old address for Zach Patch. Good. Our next step is to grab your bag. So he just wants to ship out the junk. The junk in the trunk. Guess we'll keep Brexon. I don't know if you'll grade her. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool as well. These are Minecraft cards. We have those on the menu if you guys want them. Keep Appraisal. Where was he? There he goes. Okay. That's the old bag. Free Tibbies. It's a nice little daytime stream. I enjoyed talking about some of those ideas about how money works. I feel like I could have done that for a living. I could have talked about social economics. You know, with the goal of improving people's lives, making the world more fair. Okay, Zach. Sweet. Now, let's log in and get the new shipping address. So who's the new member, by the way? The new member is, he said he'd been here for a year. Aiden Benz. Thanks, Aiden Benz. All right, Zach, I have the new address. You're in South Carolina, huh? So where one of my friends moved away. He moved to South Carolina. I never get to see him anymore. I used to hang out with him a lot. He was a roommate of mine, too. Okay, print. Oh, it's not liking the address. Hold on. I think that's because this number is supposed to be up here. Let's try that again. All right, it accepted it. Cool. The Super Bowl is this Sunday. Ooh, I wish I had football cards already. I got a little bit of football cards, but I got a football TCG game. Unfortunately, the Raiders didn't make it. Okay, Zach Patch, you are on your way. Spencer H, one live custom. All right, let's see if you get lucky, man. Oh, you got a cold pull. Very interesting. How to play that NFL 5 game. So that says Pidge, as in Pidgey or something like that. Let's see what that is. Good old cold pulls. Oh, here it is. Oh, that's not bad. He's actually worth $30 according to that. So as a cold pull, that's pretty decent. I'm just tossing them in there to be nice, really. Okay, oops. Joseph Campolongo, 1 box of Fighter's Ambition. Ooh. Here we are. Man, you've been going deep, Joseph. I really appreciate it, man. So let's get him a nice pull. No mortars, guys. I'll take cold Cardos all day. Especially when you're getting it cheaper than the actual buy now price. Boop. All right, here goes. Sneep. Get some sneeps in here. Sneep. Get all the sneeps in here. You're a wizard, Harry. You're a Vikings fan. Mister, I'm kind of drunk. Show feet. Oh, my God. Oops. Sneep. Alex, you didn't decent your country. You're not a man. I think he meant to say defend your country. Sneep. Don't do it, Alex. It's just land at the end of the day. And there are bullets and bombs dropping. I'm an American, says Alex. There we go. All those guys on both sides killing each other over nothing, in my opinion. So sad. Okay, you ready, Joseph? Piccolo, Mentor's Rage. All Putin has to do, he has all the power to just stop fighting. Here's Son Goku. He could just say, you know what? We're retreating. We're all done with our invasion. We don't want to fight anymore. Putin could do that tomorrow. Piccolo, he's not going to, but yeah, it would be very easy for him to do that. I like watching Mr. and eating and sleeping. That's right. That's what everyone wants to do. Everyone wants to enjoy some entertainment and then eat and sleep. Here's Cyan, masked Cyan. That's what people in Ukraine should be doing. They should just be going about their business, eating and sleeping, going to university, starting businesses, starting families. Instead, they're like, how good am I at blowing someone on the other side up? It's so barbaric. There we go. It's 2023. We're still doing this stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder how the Russian people feel about Putin. There's no way they're fans of him at this point. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure there's patriots in Russia. Every country has a patriot class and all that, but I mean, he must be real unpopular with the non-patriot class. Raider Nation, many are. Blow them all up. Here's Out of Control Power. Sun Goten, fast improving. Pan, remarkable improvement. If I don't have McDonald's in Russia, I'd leave. Yeah, McDonald's isn't all that good, is it? It's not even healthy for you. You can live without McDonald's. I pretty much lived without McDonald's for the last 2 years. You're not missing a whole lot. Gogeta. Chile. McDonald's breakfast. Yeah, but that's really expensive. Did you see they said what the balloon was doing? I didn't see that. What did they claim the balloon was doing? All right, Joseph, we're getting closer to the end here. I haven't seen an SPR jump out, so it's got to be 2 in these last couple of packs. We got Sun Gohan and Piccolo. Okay. Oh, there we go. So there's a Sun Gohan rare. So you're probably going to get 1 SPR as well. Android 18. They said it had explosives in it. Wow, there it is. Son Goku Spirit Bomb absorbed. Yeah, that's cool, man. The balloon had explosives in it. Maybe to self-detonate or something in case it got captured. There we go. Oops. Oh, I think I hear John leaving. More maybe. Now, if they wanted to drop a payload, they could have done that while it was flying. They got all the way to the ocean and they didn't drop a payload. Ooh. Did it actually have explosives? Why did it just fly over then? Yeah, that's why I'm thinking it could be like a defense mechanism to erase any kind of evidence on it or something in case it got captured. All right, Joseph Campolongo, this is some nice pulls. Let's grab your bag. You got 2 new nice pulls out of that. Why does your post office suck? My package still has not been scanned. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're just a busier post office with a lot of packages and not enough workers. I'm not sure. There we go. Wow, you got a lot of Dragon Ball, man. We got the valuable Realm of the Gods coming. It's a really expensive set right now, but I guess it's got like some of the best pulls. Sealed case, by the way. All right, that looks to be the end of the stream, right at 5:23. Very good timing. How do you enter the giveaway, please? Oh, let's do a giveaway. Forgot about that. See, I would have forgotten. We had a card or two for a giveaway, didn't we? Here's a cool one. All right. So we got a little giveaway slab here. We're going to head over to Discord. All right, I'm picking out the keyword. If you guys enjoy these giveaways, take a minute to hit the subscribe button. So the keyword for the giveaway this time, and you just have to type this in the chat to participate. 4444. So that's the giveaway keyword. 4 number 4s. Did I type that in right? Last night I didn't type it in right. There we go. Whew. Alex, you're funny. Another nice day, man. Another day, another stream. If I send you my autographed Funkos, will you help me get them gone? I don't really sell Funkos or mess with Funkos at all. Not really my cup of tea. All right, we're going to hit the button in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Click. The winner is Funko PDX. Funko PDX, that's familiar. Who's Funko PDX? Is that Christine? No, I can't remember. There we go. Congratulations. Funko says yes. Mike, they look for land to live on. Look up China's drought. Congrats, dude. China's balloon was operating with electronic surveillance technology capable of monitoring U.S. communications. Yeah, I figured that, you know, a lot of people think that the balloon is just trying to see things. Well, no, it might be actually intercepting messages is what a lot of people don't understand. It might be picking up internet, you know, radio waves and all that and, you know, trying to hack into stuff. So the idea that it's just there to look at stuff is not true. Collected data on over 40 countries. Ah, very interesting. Flying a balloon so high up in the air you can't see it. China knows I watch Pokies. Who is Funko PDX? What's your name, Funko? I'll just write Funko PDX for the moment. I wish I had a temporary marker to write it down, though. I like to write your PayPal down. Have a nice day, Mr. Venus Dodge. China hovered over Missouri to get the first edition Team Rocket boxes. Do you have to be in your Discord to win or just type 4444? Yep, you just have to type 4444 in the chat and that puts you into the giveaway. Really simple, huh? Sometimes we do other kinds of giveaway systems like you have to go to our Discord and make a guess over there, you know, stuff like that. Give it to me instead. His name is Dennis Manieri. I don't think so. All right. I got to get going. All right. Thank you so much, guys. See you later.